Hey everyone, so today we're going to break down two really big ideas, DX and AX, by doing something super fun. We're going to pretend to build our own video game from the ground up.
Seriously, let me ask you, have you ever wanted to build your own video game? You know, complete with awesome characters and amazing worlds. Well, that's our mission today, and I promise we'll learn some game-changing stuff along the way.
All right, so every great game starts with an idea, right? Maybe you sketch it out on a piece of paper. But to bring it to life, we've got to get it from that piece of paper onto a computer screen. This first super important step is called DX.
So, what is DX? It stands for digital transformation. And that's just a fancy way of saying we're switching from doing things by hand to doing things with computers. Basically, it's all about getting new and much better tools to work with. So in our game, DX looks like this. Instead of drawing our characters on paper, we're now making them on a computer. Instead of writing the rules down in a notebook, we're actually coding them right into the game. And instead of just playing with a friend sitting right next to you, you can now play with friends from all over the world online. That's DX.
So DX gives us the basic computer tools we need to build our game. We've done it! We've moved from paper to the screen. But what if we can make our game not just digital, but smart?
Oh yeah, this is where AX comes in. You see, if DX gave our game its digital body, then AX is what's going to give it a brain. AX stands for AI transformation, and it's all about giving our digital tools a brain. We're not just using them anymore, we're giving them the power to think, to learn, and to make smart suggestions all on their own.
Back in our game, this is where things get really cool. AX would mean that the bad guys could actually learn your moves and get harder to beat. Or the game could suggest a new level it thinks you'd love. Or, get this, the game could create a totally new quest all by itself. Now that's a game that can think.
So here's the best way to remember it. DX gives you the tools, right? But AX doesn't just use those tools, it makes the tools actually think.
Okay, time for a little showdown. Tools versus brains. Let's put DX and AX side by side and really break down the differences.
Okay, check this out. With DX, the whole goal is just to make work faster and easier. But with AX, the goal is to make smart choices. With DX, you're the one in charge. You tell the computer what to do. But with AX, the computer starts to help you out, suggesting ideas. So for our game, DX is what lets us build an online store to sell it. But AX is what makes that store smart enough to say, hey, you might like these other games too.
Now, building a game is a really fun way to think about this, but DX and AX are changing everything around us. Let's look at a real-world example you probably use every single day.
Let's talk about maps. The old way was drawing a map on paper, right? Then DX came along and gave us map apps on our phones. Awesome tool. But AX is what gave that map a brain. Now the app doesn't just show you the route, it sees a traffic jam up ahead and finds a faster way for you automatically. The map isn't just a tool anymore, it's your smart co-pilot.
Or think about it like this. DX is like getting a car with a GPS. It's a really helpful tool. But AX is like getting a self-driving car. One helps you, and the other one actually does the thinking and driving for you. Big difference.
So from video games to smart cars, we've seen how powerful it is to turn our tools into smart partners. So now let's get our thinking caps on. It's your turn.
All right, here's a final challenge for you. If you could give an AX brain to anything in your school, what would it be? A backpack that helps you remember your homework? A library that knows the perfect book for you to read next? Or maybe a playground that invents new games? The possibilities are totally up to your imagination. Thanks for exploring with me today.